pity him. Pity him and what he stands for, what he represents, what he is, what he's done. And I pity the beating that he's going to have to endure on April 26th. I did what I needed to do. I embarrassed a drug cheat, which is what is needed in this sport. We can't let these people, not be accountable for their actions. We can't let them cheat, get caught cheating, and then act like it's okay and I'm cleared and I can't say why, but no. If you get caught with drugs in your system, especially in a fight against me.
Chris Eubank Jr. is unleashing hell ahead of his showdown with Conor Benn, and he's not holding back for a second. Eubank's making it crystal clear. This isn't just a fight, it's personal. He's here to destroy Benn, not just in the ring, but on every level. The first time around, Eubank didn't just beat Benn, he humiliated him, exposing the truth about Benn's drug cheat scandal for the world to see. Eubank isn't pulling punches and calling out Benn for what he is, a cheat who got caught red-handed, and he's making it known that there's no place for dishonesty in the sport. Eubank is fierce with his warning. When drugs enter the equation, the punishment isn't just physical, it's about integrity. The minimum? An egg across Benn's face. Eubank's message is simple but deadly clear. Cheat and you'll pay the price. No one gets away with it. This fight isn't just about boxing, it's a statement to everyone watching. Integrity is everything.
I'm not gonna say I hate because that's too powerful of a word. Extreme dislike. I don't know how that's going to affect my performance, how it's going to affect my training. Maybe it'll be better, maybe it'll be worse. We're going to find out.
Chris Eubank Jr. might not openly admit it, but the hatred he harbors for Conor Benn is as clear as day. He's not holding back, and his extreme dislike for Benn is going to play a massive role in this fight. How much, though, is anyone's guess. Will this intense personal animosity make Eubank sharper, more focused, and deadly dangerous in the ring? Or will it cloud his judgment, lead him to make reckless decisions, and cost him the victory? One thing's for sure. Eubank isn't just fighting Benn, he's fighting years of betrayal and disrespect simmering underneath the surface. And let's not forget, this is the man who's been publicly calling out drug cheats left and right. So is this fight about proving something, or will it simply be fuel for an emotional, fiery outburst that leaves him open for disaster? The tension is undeniable, but the outcome? That's the controversy we're all waiting for. Will Eubank rise above the chaos, or will this vendetta be his downfall? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video.
Bigger people by a lot smarter than you.
What does it mean?
You have the IQ of a 5-year-old child.
Does that mean that the drugs weren't in your system?
I've been cleared. Done.
There you go.
That's it. Go on. No, you keep going on, but I've been cleared.
The entire public wants to know why
that's the truth.
There were performance-enhancing drugs in your system, and all you and Eddie can come up with
do your research.
After 2.5 years
do your research. He's
been cleared.
Chris Eubank Jr. isn't mincing words when it comes to Conor Benn and the ongoing drug use allegations. He's not buying the cleared excuse and isn't afraid to say it. Being cleared doesn't change the fact that Benn was caught with performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Eubank is calling Benn's defense a weak attempt to save face, questioning how authorities clearing him could ever wipe away the truth of what happened. He mocks Benn's repeated attempts to explain away the scandal, suggesting that his words are nothing more than empty excuses. The public, Eubank insists, deserves the truth, real transparency about the situation, not just recycled justifications. And here's the real kicker. Eubank is adamant that just because Benn's been cleared, it doesn't erase the stain of the positive test. Eubank's frustration is clear. He's not letting this go, and he's challenging Benn's credibility every step of the way.
We're a lot smarter by people who are a lot smarter than you, Chris.
Listen, I'm sure they are. I'm a fighter.
Well, exactly.
I'm not an academic.
Well, that's it.
But one thing I do know is you are a drug cheat.
What I do know is you're an idiot who's taking this fight because you owe someone some money.
In the latest verbal showdown between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr., the animosity is palpable, and the gloves are off long before the fight. Benn, desperately attempting to shift the blame, arrogantly claims the situation was handled by smarter minds, attempting to deflect responsibility, but Eubank isn't buying it for a second. He doesn't hold back, slamming Benn as an idiot, his frustration boiling over from the drug cheating controversy. This isn't just a back and forth, it's a battle of egos, with each fighter trying to assert dominance and control over the narrative. Benn's attempt to sidestep accountability humility only fuels Eubank's anger, who keeps the focus on one thing: Ben's actions, plain and simple. The real question is, will this bitter war of words ignite a fire in the ring, or is it just the beginning of a rivalry that will go down in history as one of the most intense? The tension is through the roof, and the answer might just be revealed come fight night.
Eubank's much bigger. Conor Benn's a better fighter. That's it.
Does that make it a complete 50-50 in your mind?
In my opinion, complete 50-50. I don't think Chris Eubank will be able to hold up to what Conor Benn will do in the first 3 or 4 rounds of the fight. If he does, I think he's a big problem in the fight because he's a much bigger guy.
Eddie Hearn has dropped a bombshell with his controversial take on the Eubank versus Benn showdown. While most would assume that Eubank's size gives him the clear edge, Hearn is adamant that it's Benn who holds the upper hand in terms of pure skill and boxing technique. The fight, according to Hearn, is a true 50-50 matchup, but with a crucial twist. He warns that Eubank's physical advantage won't matter if he can't handle the pressure Benn will unleash in the early rounds. The question now is whether Eubank can survive Benn's brutal assault early on. If he does, things could swing in his favor, but if he crumbles under the heat, it's game over. It's a battle of survival, where the first few rounds could determine who takes control. Will Eubank's size be enough to fend off Benn's attack, or will Benn's superior skill break him down before he even has a chance? The tension is high, and the stakes couldn't be greater.
How are we feeling about smashing this geezer to pieces April 22nd? If I tell you something now, I can't wait. I can't wait. I look at you, I look at Nigel. I look at Nigel wants to get in the ring and have a tear up.
Do you know what? Listen, Chris can say what he wants. The bottom line is, his dad don't even like him. You could not pay that man enough money to sit in this man's corner. Now that's an accomplishment.
Eddie Hearn didn't hold back during the press conference, lighting a match under the already explosive rivalry between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. His comments were nothing short of incendiary, taking aim at both Eubank Jr. and his father, Nigel. Hearn didn't hesitate to call out the real issue, the strained relationship between Chris and his father. With a grin, Hearn claimed that Nigel doesn't even like Chris, suggesting that not even a fortune could convince the elder Eubank to back his son in the ring. This wasn't just a jab, it was a full-blown personal attack, cutting straight to the heart of the family tension that looms over this fight. What started as a professional rivalry has now turned deeply personal. The gloves are off, and with every word exchanged, the war of words intensifies. This isn't just about boxing anymore. It's a battle for family honor, pride, and survival.
Oh, I just can't take him seriously, that's all. Just look at his career. Every time he steps up, he's fouled. Every time. Yeah, you face better oppositions, well done you, but this is the end of your career. This is the end. This is it for you. Wow. I'm 28. Do you know what I mean? You choose to fight a welterweight.
In a fiery exchange, Conor Benn dropped a bombshell, declaring that Chris Eubank Jr.'s career was on its last legs. With relentless confidence, Benn boldly proclaimed that Eubank's time at the top was over, and this fight would be the final blow to his fading legacy. He didn't just focus on the fight itself. Benn went on to criticize Eubank's stagnation, claiming that he had hit his peak and was now on the decline. He mocked Eubank's decision to take on a welterweight, calling it a desperate move, highlighting how much Eubank still had to prove. For Benn, this wasn't about just winning. It was about sending a powerful message that Eubank's reign was over and the new challenger was stepping in to claim the crown. The war of words took the rivalry to another level, as Benn aimed to shatter Eubank's confidence and claim his place at the top once and for all.
I thought it was quite funny, actually. I mean, I am team Benn. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Guy had done that. It's a little bit disrespectful. I don't think Nigel had done it. I certainly don't think Conor would have done it, but I did find it quite amusing, if I'm not going to lie. But
Ricky Hatton didn't hold back when sharing his thoughts on the fiery exchange between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. Despite his unwavering loyalty to Benn, Hatton couldn't help but find the whole situation a bit laughable. He's clearly on Team Benn, but even he had to admit that the antics at the press conference were a step too far. Hatton pointed out that fighters with true respect for the sport, like himself and even Ben, would never stoop to such disrespectful behavior. While he found it amusing, he also acknowledged that it was out of line. This confrontation only highlights how heated the rivalry has become, with emotions running high on both sides. Hatton's take adds even more fuel to the fire, intensifying the already explosive build-up to the fight. It's a reminder that the stakes are incredibly high and the drama is far from over. The bad blood is real, and fans can't wait for the showdown. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest updates.